were the head of a higher quality salmon, I would save this to make fish head stew for our elders, which is considered a delicacy.
Okay, now nothing's wasted. While you're doing the last thing here, though, I am now an official elder. What in the world does fish head soup taste like?
I don't know. I'm not old enough.
Okay. Thank you for that. And one more operation with a knife. Now, what do you call this?
Right now I'm scoring the salmon. That's making diagonal cuts into the flesh. It allows the salmon to have a larger surface area and allows the smoke to get further into the salmon and dehydrate it.
Now, this is done with fresh air and the smoke, and these salmon will last a long time. Now, if we have a shorter salmon season this year, they'll still have enough left over from last year. It won't lose any nutrition, and it'll be fine for the dogs on the trap line or in the dog yard. So here comes a good picture. Ashley will hold that up. You can see how gravity opens it up. And are you headed right into the smokehouse now with that guy?
Not quite yet. We never like to put a wet dripping salmon straight into the smokehouse because it'll mold. So right now I'm gonna hang it from the outdoor air drying rack. And on a beautiful day like today, it doesn't need to be out here too long, just till it develops a nice sheen or glaze. Then once it's done air drying, we'll rotate it into the smokehouse where it'll be in there for up to 2 weeks until it turns to a fully dehydrated salmon like this one, which weighs less than a pound and is good up to 2 years.
Well, now the dogs would eat that out in the middle of nowhere. What would Grandpa or your uncles or your dad, what would they eat?
Well, preparing salmon for ourselves, we like to do a few things differently. First, we like to start with a higher quality salmon, like the king, silver, or sockeye. We like to wash ours very well. Then we would cut ours into thin pieces called salmon strips. Keep in mind that each family has their own traditions, but here we like to soak ours in a brine solution of brown sugar, honey, and salt. Then when we rotate our salmon into the smokehouse, we won't leave it in there as long. We like a softer texture to ours. Also, when smoking our salmon, we like to use a sweet wood like the alder or the cottonwood.